Mic test. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Checking my microphone. I hope my microphone's working again. Hello. Good evening, gladiators in suits. Oh, bumabawi ako ah. Live ako. My last live was Sunday and I'm live again on a Wednesday night. I hope you're having a great hump day. It's a Wednesday night. 2 more days until the weekend. Bilis, no? It's like it's going to be December soon. So what's going to be our topic for tonight? A quite controversial topic. And the reason for this, because I'm starting to notice this happening more frequently in a lot of organizations. And it's always going to be a debate because some people are against it. Some people see it depends in the context, depends on the organization, depends on the country where you're going to do it. So we're going to talk about this question for tonight. Should we no longer require degrees or diplomas for work? So, for example, sales and marketing, which I'm very familiar with because that's the world that I revolve in. Most organizations require you to have a bachelor's degree. It doesn't even matter if it's a bachelor's degree in marketing, it could be any degree as long as you have to be a college graduate. Should we take that requirement now? Or, for example, this one's ridiculous. Sometimes in stores, I've noticed this. The position is a clerical position, like a cashier, and there is no such thing as right or wrong job. You do what you want to do, but I don't think that you require someone to be an accountancy graduate for them to become a cashier. Yes, I don't think so. It's a skill. It's not based on a specific talent nor a degree that you earn. Okay, so we'll talk about that, and I'd love to learn your thoughts. Are you for it? Are you against it? Are you for it, but you have certain conditions in mind? And what are those conditions, by the way? So please let me know what those things are. Let me do an attendance now while we're starting to share our topic for tonight. Jovel Maceda says, good evening, watching from Olongapo. Thank you for joining us. Jovel's from Facebook. Domingo Osabel from YouTube also says, good evening, watching from Angono, Rizal. Thank you for catching us, even if we're already late. I couldn't log on at 9 because we had a Zoom meeting with a client at 9:30. So I just went straight after the meeting. USD CAD says on TikTok, do you think job hopping is good or bad? I don't think it's bad as long as whichever company you've left it in good taste. I also think that it must be not be done too quickly. Like, I think job hopping is bad if you're doing it every 3 months or 6 months because you haven't even mastered anything yet and you haven't even given the company a proper chance to prove that this is a good environment to work with. Okay. I do think it's good every 3 years or 2 years, which is understandable if you're not fully committed and if you're not fully satisfied. Go. I think you should move. I do believe in the collect and select mentality. And if you're young, if you think you can afford to keep on moving without, of course, shortchanging your mastery of skills, because sometimes if you stay too short in one company, you're not going to learn anything as well. There is a big upside, however, to job hopping, and that is the more you keep on moving to another company, the recruiter and the organization will think of you as someone who can bring in a new set of ideas, a new set of skills, and that usually ups your salary by 20 to 30% every time you move. So, technically speaking, and I will attest to this, one of the fastest ways to increase your salary level is not to keep on getting promoted for two reasons. One, promotion can be very unpredictable for certain organizations. And number two, most promotions will only be about what? 2 to 5% increase. 10% can even be possible, but that's not high either. When you do a job hopping, or can I just use a proper word for it? Just you just want to move. You want to be dynamic with your career. You want to move as quickly as you can. You can increase it as much as 20 to 30%. So there. Yes, I am for it. Joy Sally says hello, watching from Bataan. Thank you. Jajila, am I right? Watching from Katanawan, Quezon. Eljon says hello from Quezon Province. Aldrin says hello from Doha, Qatar. It's 6 o'clock p.m. in that part of the world, right? Ben says hello from Iloilo. Thank you. Chris Zelda says, can I job hop after 3 months at work? Again, it's your choice. I also can't say yes or no because I don't know you at all. The context is very limited. I think what you're asking is, can I quit my job? Yes, you should quit if you think it's damaging your mental and physical health and you've exhausted all means after having talked to the people you are in conflict with, after negotiating for something that is rightfully yours and they still don't give it to you. Otherwise, 3 months is too short. You have to stay longer. Sometimes you have to take in the pain because you will never know if this company is good for you if you stay too short. 3 months is nothing. It's really nothing. Nothing, when I say nothing, 3 months isn't giving you a lot of exposure. It's not giving you repeated routines. Routines that happen over and over again that will make you say to yourself, this is not really for me. You have to give it more chance. Watching from DSA, says Ralph Punzalan. DSA stands for Designated Smoking Area. Annalisa says hello from Nova Scotia in Canada. Thank you for catching us. By the way, we're going to be giving away some prizes again. We'll be giving away tickets to our upcoming workshop. Facebook folks, you might be seeing it on the right side of my screen. We're doing a 3-hour Q&A session about your career dilemmas happening on November 18, Saturday. The ticket is worth 950 pesos for the early bird, and the early bird has already passed. Now the ticket is 1,299 for 3 hours. We hope you catch us. Today, I'll be giving away winners 2 tickets each. Okay? For those who are in TikTok, ayan, meron akong flyer para makita nyo. So these are the topics. Wait, let me just change first. Because, let me flip my camera. Mirror. Sorry. Flip camera dapat. Yan. Okay. Tama na ba? Ayan. Makikita na siya. So for folks on TikTok, these are our list of topics. We do this in Fort BGC every month. And the tickets I'm going to give away tonight is this one, Career Clinic Live Q&A session with Jonathan for your career dilemmas. Okay. What are your thoughts and signs about a company that has a slow career growth? If you are looking for fast career growth, then I don't think you should rot yourself in that organization. Learn as much as you can, but don't stay too long because life is short. In economics, we call it as the opportunity cost. The cost of you staying in X is the cost of you being somewhere else. And if life is all about seizing every opportunity, why waste time when you could have been somewhere else? Okay. JM Fernandez says, Sir, nangyari yan sa akin before. Nung nalaman ko na mas malaki ang sweldo ng janitor sa akin due to their based city near Manila, agad ako naghanap ng work in Manila. Okay. Well, the minimum wage in Manila is obviously different versus those who are in the provinces. I was out for a while on Facebook. Sorry, guys. On YouTube and LinkedIn. I'm back. Okay, PM189 is asking this. I have job hopped, but HR is asking for an ITR or pay slip. What to do? I don't think it's going to be an issue because every time you negotiate for your salary, and even if they ask for a pay slip, which by the way is a red flag for me, because I don't like companies that are basing my salary based on what I got in the past and then anchor on it. I think it's unfair. But if ever they do, don't worry. If you move to another company, all you need to do is to justify why you're asking for a higher salary. Even if, let's say, you were earning, let's say, 10,000 pesos in the former company, what is it with you that now makes you worth 15 or 20,000 pesos? And the answer is simple. I've learned so much in that past company. When I'm moving to your new company, I'm bringing a new set of perspectives. I'm bringing in my network, my contacts, all these things that you would never had if I weren't in this company as well. That's also the reason why I'm willing to get external hires. That's also the reason why amazing companies do not stick with only internal hires and promotions. They need to have a balance of those who are also coming from the outside so that they can bring in a new set of DNA. Jean Viray, how can I? Okay, I like this question by the way, because I have an issue with the way you crafted and wrote the question. Sabi ni Jean Viray on Facebook, how can I ask for better compensation without them thinking na wala akong malasakit sa company? First and foremost, asking for a higher compensation if you deserve it. And if it's only fair enough to do it, does not mean at all that you're greedy. You're simply asking for fairness, Jean. So don't ever think that you're being greedy. All is fair in love and war. If you're bringing in more time, you're bringing in more clients, you're bringing in more revenues. The company, if it's really a good company, should only fairly compensate you for it. So when you ask for a higher salary, don't talk about personal issues. Talk about merit. Why do you deserve it? What have you accomplished in the company so far? Are you doing the job of 3 or 4 people and the company is refusing to hire replacements? And therefore, nakakatipid sila ng bonggang-bongga at ikaw wala kang nakukuha out of it at yet pagod na pagod ka everyday. Right? Okay, Boy Koi King. What are your thoughts regarding as no salary increase after 6 months of promotion? Okay, let me qualify. In law, in labor law, promotion is not required to come with a salary increase. Okay? It's not required. However, it is expected because by practice and in the spirit of fairness that when you get promoted, you are being rewarded for what you have achieved because nag-level up ka. And that number two, you are being given a higher salary because you're likely going to be expanding your position and your role. You're going to have more workload. Some people might be reporting to you these days. And so it has to come with a salary increase. So, boy, 2 things. Number one, have you ever asked HR why? And that number two, is therefore a way for you to consider if you even want this promotion in the first place. So, sa mga ibang kumpanya, uso na at tinatanggap naman na pwedeng hindi i-accept ang promotion because I don't want an added workload. I'm happy being an individual contributor. I'm happy with what I am doing. That's also fine. So ask Boy if those things are feasible. Number two, technically, wala tayong magagawa. Kung talagang wala naman silang balak magbigay ng added salary, and that is the position you have to take, you have to take on the role. The next question now is, are you willing to stay in this company for a longer time? Or do you think that you can deserve a different company that will treat you better? Okay? What if it's not a promotion but a shift in career? Do you think we need a pay raise? Says Mr. A. Not necessarily, not all the time, because when you are shifting to a new career trajectory, kunyari, from finance, naging marketing ka, there's a learning curve, which means you're gonna have certain months or a year where you will be slower in the job because you're still learning. You will make a lot of mistakes. And even if you're adding a new set of perspective because you came from a different department, that's not something that the company is going to see as an opportunity because there are more costs to bear. Kasi nga, you're taking on the learning experience pa. So by expectations, usually moving to a different department or to a different role does not involve salary increases as well. So we call it as a lateral movement or a secondment to a different department. Sales to marketing, finance to procurement, sales to finance, etc. Our online degrees, okay, balik tayo sa usapan natin because our topic really is about should we no longer require degrees, diplomas for work. Ang question dito is, are online degrees accepted? Yes, I don't see any reason as long as the school, the university is an accredited university. Of course, papasok din dyan yung hierarchy because there are certain reputations. Diba? It depends if the online university or school that you attended also has a good or bad reputation. Okay, someone's asking, John, therefore, what is your take? My take is I don't have any issues if you did not finish university. Don't get me wrong, I finished university, I do advocate university. If I have kids, I will still strongly recommend that they take on the university path. But if I'm going to get employees in my company, I will not particularly give them demerits if they did not finish school. And the reason for that is because ang mas habol ko is experience. Mas habol ko is, kunyari, I'll give an example, graphic designer. That position does not require you to finish any, kahit mag-visual arts ka pa dyan, kahit nag-fine arts ka pa, nag-BA fine arts ka pa dyan, if the kind of work that you produce is not something that I like, and you also don't have the right personality or attitude, someone else who did not finish school but is able to deliver the goods and is able to work well with me because we jive well, I'd rather prefer to work with that person instead. I know a lot of people. I have lots of friends, especially from other countries. There are a lot of organizations that do not require degrees and diplomas. Facebook does not require. Airbnb does not require. Google does not require. And it's interesting because their founders did not finish university. Mark Zuckerberg didn't finish. Steve Jobs didn't finish. All of these companies are very open-minded because they know na at the end of the day, when they look at your resume, ang pagbabasihan kung balak nilang interviewin ka is how many years have you been working? How is this specific candidate role well fit to your past experiences? And then they will find out if you're fit also when they've asked you questions during the job interview. So I'm all for that. On the other hand, you might ask, pero John, bakit gusto mo pa ding mag-finish dapat ng university? And the reason for that is because sometimes it's a good way to set standards. I'll give an example. I think that in the Philippines, if you finish college or university, it's the equivalent of the same quality of education that someone in a first world country will get even if they only finish high school. Can I get an exclamation mark with that? And the reason for that is simple. The quality of education in those countries are way better. Number two, even if they don't even finish school, the social fabric is so strong, right? Crime rate is low, people are more independent, even kids are able to take on summer jobs. So at a very young age, they have matured earlier. And that is the reason why, even if they did not finish university, marami na silang alam in terms of communication skills, coordination, marunong dumiskarte, and all of these things. Yan. So, in the Philippines, ideally, if I have a son, if I have a daughter, for example, I would still strongly advocate for them to take university because university is not just about learning a specific subject. It's about learning and instilling the discipline of knowing how to wake up early in the morning and study and focus for 4 hours, take some rest and study again. Those things, you only learn them by virtue of repetition. And the best way to keep on repeating these habits is also the school environment. And universities are a good breeding ground for it. Okay. Large companies are very picky, are very exclusive in picking applicants from certain or universities. I agree. There are reasons for this. Number one, a lot of the positions that are required in big companies require a lot of communication skills, a wide range of communication skills. And sadly, in the Philippines, graduates of certain universities do exude that communication. In fact, you might probably don't even need to ask where they come from. You just need to interview them. And after you interview them and you ask them where they come from, they likely will come from one of the good universities that the Philippines is known for as well. Sir John, saan po kayo nag-graduate? I finished economics in 2000. Shucks, gusto ko bang bagitin yung aking year? In 2006. 2000 to 2006 in Diliman. Is it okay to lie about your recent salary when HR ask about it? I don't think lying is good, period. Diba? Uh, I would rather tell them a range of my salary rather than a specific number. So I would say something, and the reason for that is because I want a level of discretion so that I still have some elbow to negotiate later on. So I would say something like, if my salary, let's say for example, is 50,000 pesos, I'd say something like, my salary is within the range of 50 to 80,000 pesos. You're not lying because even if you say it's 50 to 80, between now and until the time that you're going to be hired, a lot of things can happen. You could be promoted, you could get a merit increase. So you're putting that adjustment so that if ever you get hired, hindi ka mag-regret na mas mababa pa yung sweldo mo if ever ma-promote ka sa old company mo kesa sa pinuntahan mong bagong kumpanya. Right? So always have some space for, have some wiggle room for these things. Okay, Australian recruitment company outsourced recruiters in the Philippines. Sabi ni Marian Tapan. Let me display this on the Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. Australian, AU ba? Do you mean Australia? I would assume, huh? Australian recruitment company outsourced recruiters in the Philippines. They have office-based job employees and work from home employees too. Work from home works the same as work in the office, minus government of benefits, health insurance. How does it differ? No contract too. No. Okay. Then I think if you're working from home, you're not at all a full-time employee. You're actually a contractual or you're a project-based person because most of the time you don't get benefits if you're only project-based. Marian. Okay. Okay, Maple. Is there a possibility na mag-hire ang isang HR ng isang candidate na mayroong criminal record? Although hindi naman major offense. I think it's possible, but it's improbable. And the reason for that is because HR always want to side on caution. And because if there are thousands of other applicants anyway, if I was the recruiter, I would think, why would I risk doing it with someone that has a criminal record? And I am burdened to further investigate what the criminal record is of the person. This is not to say that I am siding with them because I'm also going to say I wish that there is a way for us to give second chances to people who may have changed their ways or who may be victims, for example, of wrong accusations. Diba? When these happen, my recommendation to the person is continue pursuing employment if you can, but also be open minded to open your own business. Because that is the opportunity that no one is going to judge you at all. Okay, Mr. A again. Okay, magandang questions ni Mr. A sa TikTok. Do you think that I need to lower my value because I applied but they no longer accepted? Di nagparamdam after my interview. No, I don't think so. Do not, number one, do not indicate that you are willing to negotiate for a lower salary. Do not say it explicitly during the interview because you're going to sound desperate. Okay? If a company really likes you, I'm going to say this because I am confident that this happens in real life. If the company really likes you, they really want to take you in, pero hindi nila kaya ang budget kasi mataas ang hinihingi mo. You know what a recruiter usually will do? They will negotiate it. And they will say, I'm sorry, I really want you, but this is our budget. Is there a way that you can consider it? Okay? Most recruiters are not going to dismiss you immediately just because they think that you are more expensive than their budget. Okay? If there is any indication, it could mean they don't want you that they don't want you so bad. Anna Banana, if there is no response 2 weeks after the interview, what does it mean? Check first when is the deadline of the submission of entries because baka mamaya ang submission of entries for applications next month pa. So chill ka muna because that means they're still looking for other candidates. Okay? Number two, I keep on saying this after the job interview, it doesn't hurt to tell the recruiter and ask them, are you going to notify the successful candidate, or are you going to notify and also mention to the non-successful candidates that they are not accepted? Para wala ka ng paranoia, diba? But in the meantime, Anna, it doesn't hurt. Just message them and say, has there been any news so far? Okay. Okay, let's look at ngata ako ba't parang sabi ko walang question sa Facebook, yung pala hindi nagre-refresh. Okay, Ray Palad. How will you manage your boss when you messed up? How will you mitigate the anger of your boss? Number one, explicitly state that you are sorry for it. That's one. Number two, highlight the pain and the cost that you just incurred. I understand what I did was wrong because it did this. Sometimes mentioning na you recognize what went wrong is what the person is just looking for. That's number two. Number three, identify your next steps on how you can be better, because you can't just be sorry, you have to be better. Okay. Wait, by the way, can I just rant? Can I get the letter R if I can just do a quick rant? Gladiators and suits. Kasi ang sakit siya sa dibdib. And sobrang, it's a rare circumstance that this has happened to me. And this just happened to me kanina. So you guys know, if you've been catching me, if you've been following me for many, many years, and I've been doing this for more than 10 years now, I do speaking engagements. So most people kasi, especially sa TikTok yung mga tao min sa TikTok akala ang tingin sa akin ano ako, content creator. I need to highlight this. I am not a content creator. I think it's an amazing job. I would love to become a content creator as well. But I do not consider myself as a content creator, because what I actually do is I do speakerships, I do trainings, I do workshops. It just so happens, nagkakataon lang that the way for me to promote my talks is to get videos, splice them, and post them online. Okay? So for those on TikTok, that is not my job. My job is I'm a trainer, I'm a teacher, I do motivational talks, right? So this afternoon, I did a pro bono. And when I say pro bono, I am doing it for free, because normally I do charge professional fees. Okay. So I did this for the HR and Workplace Conference, which was conducted in Novotel today. You can catch them on Google search. And when I arrived, the first thing agad na sinabi ng organizer is, the talk, by the way, is at 4:45 p.m. 4:45 p.m. So when that happens, and I live in Taguig, and it's in Novotel Cubao, you leave as early as 2:30, you leave as early as 2:45, so that you're there on time. So 2 o'clock pa lang, prepared ka na. And then you travel, and then you go to the venue. And then they will say, and then they said, delayed ang session ng 1 hour. And I said, what do you mean 1 hour? That's ridiculous. You don't tell that to a speaker and make him wait for another hour. And I even told them, this is for free. You have to make it convenient for me. Otherwise, I will leave, because I have another meeting, which I was able to catch, fortunately, kanina. Here's the worst part. Nung kinakausap ko na yung organizers, dahil galit na galit ako, natapos na pala yung talk ng isang speaker at time ko na. You know what they did? They just let me talk to the organizers, and then they even prolonged by asking a new set of speakers be on stage. So instead of me delayed for 1 hour, na-delay ang talk ko for 1.5 hours. And I was really fuming mad. Nakakabastos, nakaka-offend. If this was a paid engagement, I'd be very happy to keep on waiting. And sometimes, even for a 2 hour waiting, I would complain to the client, because I have other things to do. This is not the only thing that I do in life. So I was really so mad that I was shouting at the corridor of Novotel, and I said, so much incompetence. This is the messiest conference I've ever attended in my career. And the audience were very aware, and the audience also agreed. Ang gulo-gulo, delayed. They could not even call out the other speakers na kapag tapos na ang time nila, they have to stop. And by the way, I'm gonna call out the other speakers. Speakers, if ever you are invited to deliver a talk in a conference, if you're only given 30 minutes, please stick to 30 minutes. Please stick to 30 minutes because it's gonna have a domino effect, especially if you're doing a talk in the morning. Tuloy-tuloy po yan madedelay. And more importantly, the other speakers will think, siya pala nakapag-delay. Siya pala nakapag-extend. Di ako din mag-e-extend. And now you give the license for all the other speakers. And I need to highlight this, not all speakers are experienced. Yung iba dyan, first-timers pa lang. So they don't have a concept of sticking to the time, because they don't know what it means. If you're given 30 minutes, the best way is to look at your slide. If your slide is 2 to 3 minutes each, 3 minutes times the number of slides is gonna be a good estimate kung gaano katagal ang talk mo. Yung iba dyan, binibigyan na ng 30 minutes, my gosh, 100 slides ang pinipare. So they really are going to end up extending. So at the back of my head, sabi ko sa kanila, I'm gonna use this term. Sabi ko sa kanila, this is a shitty conference. You guys are incompetent and you guys don't deserve to organize this because there are many other more talented people who can organize an event like this. You know what's the worst part? My talk was about leadership. And the person who I was talking to, and her name is Erica, she was washing her hands and she said, "Sir, ako po yung director, pero kasi po ang nag-organize yung tao ko." And you know what she was doing? She was pinpointing na ang may kasalanan ay yung tao niya, hindi siya. And I kept on telling her, "Who does your person report to?" And she says, "Sa akin po. Therefore, you're also at fault." And it was so ironic because my talk was about leadership, and leadership is all about embracing accountability. That person, Erica, kept on saying, "Sir, sorry, I will reprimand Eloise." Eloy, sabi niya, which is the name of the other person. "I will reprimand her." As if telling me na because it's not her fault, the solution is papagalitan niya yung kanyang tao. So disappointing. So disappointing. More disappointing because there were other foreigners in the session, and I was concerned mostly with the idea na, I hate that they will think that this is Filipino time. Filipino time being it's always late, for example. Tapos nainis pa ako kasi sabi pa ni Erica, dito ako nainis, sabi niya, "Sir, pasensya na po, alam ko pong influencer kayo." Sabi ko, "Ha? Are you not?" I hate that word. Because an influencer is someone who does content for the specific purpose of just monetizing the content. I don't do that. I don't post videos because I just want to become famous. I don't need that. I post videos because I think someone can be guided with leadership if they watch the video. And more importantly, my ultimate goal is I want to do private speakerships for companies and also in the government. So doon ako na-trigger. Kung sinabi niya, "Sir, pasensya na po kayo. Alam ko pong influencer po kayo pa." Gosh. Oh well. Is it just me, or as the population grows and because the pandemic has changed our landscape, dumadami ang incompetent people sa mundo? Can I get an exclamation mark if you agree? Is it just me? When I say ang daming naging incompetent, napapansin ko to, 10 years ago, it wasn't like this. There weren't a lot of people who were not committed to their promise. There weren't this much people who don't know how to properly apologize. 10 years ago, I thought that there was a lot of respect. These days, parang ang mindset ng mga tao is, makakalimutan naman din niya yan so okay lang. That's how I see things. I don't know, it could be the education system as well. The quality just suffers so much. So when you graduate people and students like this, for example, they just don't know how to properly talk to folks. Okay, rant is over. Thank you for letting me rant. So there. Tsaka ayoko yung nagbubot ng bangko. Ayoko yung... Anyway. Okay. Can we give away our prizes now? Can I get an exclamation mark if you guys are ready for our contest? So I'll be asking a trivia question, and all you need to do is to answer the question correctly. If you get this right, we'll be giving away tickets. So each winner will get 2 tickets para may kasama kayo. I'll choose 2 winners on Facebook, 2 winners on LinkedIn, 2 winners on YouTube, and then 5 winners on TikTok. Okay? So what is the eligibility? All you need to do is you have to share this live stream on your TikTok feed. Okay? Share this live stream on your TikTok feed. Oh, wait, sorry. Someone asked, did you leave or you still waited? By the way. So, yeah, I'm going to digress. I wanted to leave, but I realized that if I left, that will make a statement against the organizers. Pero I came here not for the organizers. I came here for the audience. At ayokong talo si audience because the point is to educate and the point is to enlighten folks about leadership. So I stayed. Mas talo lang ako kasi pumunta na nga ako, wala pa akong nagawa. Right? So I stayed. But on the stage, I said this. I said, I am delivering the speech not for the conference, but for the audience. I said that. By the way, I called out the organizers in my talk and I said, it's ridiculous to move your session for more than an hour and it's a space for improvement for the organizers. Nainis pa ako kasi yung host, sabi pa niya, malay ko ba kung nasan ka kanina? Malay ko ba kung sino-sino kinakausap mo? And I said, do you have an idea who I was talking to? I was talking to the organizers. Ay. Okay. So, TikTok folks, that is going to be the prize, this one. These are our multiple topics, by the way. We do that in Fort BJC. Some are in SMX Convention Center and some are in the Philippine Stock Exchange Tower. For Saturday, I'll be giving away tickets for this. The Career Clinic Live. Okay? Joro Ibarra, this is available for all participants, even on LinkedIn. Okay? Oh, sabi ni Lila. Hello, Lila. Sabi nila, puso munit. Lila, you have no idea. I was really shouting. I was so concerned already a while ago because I was concerned that people might be taking some videos of me being mad during the event. Okay, ready na po? So let's give away some prizes. I want to give away tickets. So 2 tickets on Facebook, 2 tickets on LinkedIn, 2 tickets on YouTube. We're giving 5 winners per, 2 tickets for all the 5 winners. Because on TikTok, we have 4,200 likes and we appreciate that. Thank you for folks on TikTok. Ready na? So make sure, I'm going to give you 30 seconds, share this live stream on your feed. That's the only way to be eligible. Because if you do not share this live stream, hindi po namin kayo tatawagin. Okay? I'm also going to make one more notification. If you are not in Metro Manila, we are sorry because we cannot cover your transportation to attend the event. I'm saying this because usually, madaming ibang nananalo, hindi pala taga Maynila at sayang lang po ang ticket. So make sure you are in Metro Manila. Okay? You may be from Cebu, that's fine, but you have to transfer the tickets to someone who is in Metro Manila. Okay? Kahit nasa Mindanao ka pa, pwedeng sumali sa contest na to, but you have to give the tickets to someone in Metro Manila. Okay? Thank you. So, my question now is this. My question is a part corporate, part health question. It's a trivia question. And if you guys are ready, my question is this. According to research, this is the day of the week when most heart attacks happen. This is the day of the week when most heart attacks happen. What day is it? So I'm gonna wait for your answers. Uy, ang bilis ng mga taga-TikTok natin, no? Wow. Okay. The correct answer, ladies and gentlemen. By the way, the session that we're doing on November 18 is a public workshop, huh? It's public workshop. The correct answer, ladies and gentlemen, is Monday. Why Monday? Usually, Monday is the most hectic. Monday is the most time of workload coming all in together. Okay? So congratulations to our winners. So let me call out now our winners. Ang daming nag-share, ang daming sumagot din also sa TikTok. So my 5 winners on TikTok are the following. The first one is Jen Sixt. Second winner is Steven Balan. Third is Stork Menthol Candy. Uy, miss ko na yung Stork na yan Stork Menthol Candy. And the last 2 winners are JR Ace de Guzman and Ant and Honey. Congratulations to the winners on TikTok. Each winner gets 2 tickets. So how do you claim your prize? I am showing it here on the screen. johnyabbott.com/free. johnyabbott.com/free. Now, let's call out the winners on Facebook habang kinukopya ng mga participants sa TikTok ang kanilang prizes. So, my winners on Facebook, the first one is John Pasanting. Second winner is Melissa Bagasbas. Congratulations. My winner on YouTube is JD Huang. Congratulations. And then finally, ang ating winner naman sa... Uy, walang tamang sagot sa LinkedIn. Lahat ng LinkedIn na nagsagot, walang tamang sagot. Okay, because walang tamang sagot, we will just look for another winner on Facebook. The next winner on Facebook, therefore, is Lay Rodriguez. The next winner is Norman Alcoba. Congratulations, Norman Alcoba. And finally, the last winner is Hey Na. How do you claim your prize? Please go to this link, johnyabbott.com/free. And all you need to do is to choose that portion that says November 18, Career Clinic Live. Okay? By the way, pwede bang magtanong? I have lots of white hair. Lots. Siguro hindi pa siya halata, pero madami na po yan. Should I keep the white hair? Or kailangan ba ako magtina? Pakisagot naman Should I keep it? Folks on Facebook, in case you're not, ayan, madami yan, lahat yan. Hindi halata sa Facebook pero sa TikTok halata. Ayun, sa TikTok, halata. Should I keep the white hair? Because I feel like, gosh, when you're hitting your 40s, I am 38 years old. I'm turning 39 next year. 2 more years, 40 years old na ako. I can't believe it. 40 seems to be a very old age because when I was a freshman, I felt 40 was very old. Now I feel like it shouldn't be. Keep it as a sign of wisdom daw, sabi ni Queenie. Sabi ni Nina, salt and pepper. Sige na nga. Let's look at folks on TikTok. Okay, sorry. Someone was asking on TikTok, sabi ni Ellie Sean, saan po maganda mag-apply ng work from home? Lots of companies, but can I give you a tip? On JobStreet and also on LinkedIn, there is an extra button that can help you filter work from home only or hybrid so that you don't need to manually look for those companies para isang button lang, naka-filtered na sila. Diba? Makes life easier. Dye daw to look more fresh. Yes. Rowena Dilio says, it looks good on you. Talaga ba? Sabi ni Mark, no daw. Yes, iba. Okay, halo-halo. Sabi ni Stork Menthol Candy, sa wakas nanalo din. Okay, congratulations. Uso na daw ang salt and pepper hair these days. Okay. Sige na nga. I will say yes only because tamad ako minsan. Matagal magtina Sometimes it will take you an hour because you have to wait for 20 minutes na kailangan pa dissolve. And I'm not the kind of guy who would want to go to a salon and pay 3,000 pesos because in a month, humahaba ang buhok ng lalaki, sayang lang 3,000 pesos mo. Ganun ako kuripot when it comes to paying for that. Sabi ni Eunice, if konti lang, leave it as is. It's really a lot. Ayun See that? That's a lot. A lot. See that? A lot of white hair. If I'm actually in front of the sun, it's a lot. I-flash daw ulit ang free tickets. There you go. That's the free ticket. johnnyabut.com/free. Okay. By the way, if you cannot attend our workshops, we have online courses. Can I just also offer that? We have online courses available in our website. These are the topics that you can attend. And I'm using a flyer, by the way, that we use for our events. You can go to our website, jonathanYabut.com. Multiple topics, only 499 pesos each. O, di ba naging online seller na ako? Okay, let's answer some more questions here. Okay, I like this question from YouTube again. Okay, this is also a very controversial question. Okay. Sir, I did not graduate from university. However, I finished vocational school, meaning after high school, I finished 2 years. 2 years specifically for technical courses. Nakapagtapos na po ako ng, nakapagtapos na po ako ng clerkship course, which is designed for secretaries. Ang haba nito Okay, let me shorten. Nakapagtapos na din po ako ng 6 months ng massage and also 6 months for Microsoft Office. Will that make me Okay, let me rephrase. Will that make you eligible to apply for other jobs that are office-based? I don't think you should stop yourself from applying. At the end of the day, I do have trust that recruiters will still check on the resumes, and if they don't think that you are fit for the role because you don't have the right experience for it, let it be. Okay? But do not filter yourself. Meaning, hindi pa nga nakikita ng recruiter, tinanggal mo na agad yung opportunity mo. Don't do that for yourself. Let them be the one to decide. It will not cost you so much. It's just a matter of submitting the resume online. Sabi ni Gen 6, tumubo po ang white hair sa galit sa nangyari. Okay. Oh, why is there no salary range displayed on LinkedIn? There actually is. It's the company that is not displaying it because it's optional. Some companies do, some companies don't. Okay, Nadine Rembas. John, I finally talked to my boss. He told me that my recent promotion won't have any salary adjustment. Okay. Nadine, this is not something that we can counter. Neither can you file a lawsuit for it. Because again, from a legal point of view, it's expected, but it's not required from companies. So the question now is, how willing are you to stay in a company wherein they're going to be dumping in more work? They probably recognize your efforts, right? But they're not compensating you financially for it. It's it's an appetite. It's an appetite for that fact that they're not compensating you for it. So should you stay or should you go? That's my question. And the only person who can answer that is you. Okay. Hi, sir. I'm new here. How can I attend your seminar? Where do I buy my ticket? You can go to this link, johnnyabut.com/talks. All our schedules are there. Same thing, by the way, for all the folks that are on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. You see that? The link above, or if you notice that there's also a QR code. Pakita ko na yung QR code, by the way. Yan. May QR code kami dyan sa bottom right. Okay? Okay, Anne Rose, considered workday po ba ang travel dates kapag nasa official business trip ang empleyado? Technically, no, because if it requires you to get to that place, it should be considered as workday as well. So if it's happening on a weekend, and you're supposed to be compensated for it, that should be overtime. Again, look at your contract kasi sometimes in some companies, kapag managerial position, walang concept of overtime. So even if you have to travel on a weekend, it's gonna be taken personally from your time instead. Well, kung Europe trip yan, ako, I don't mind. Do you have a podcast? Yes. Please catch us on Spotify. Name of our podcast is From Grit to Great. Or you can type my name, Jonathan Yabut. I'm the only one who has a podcast on Spotify with that name. Okay. Norman Alcoba on Facebook asked this question. Sir, question. I just turned 50 years old and I'll be going back to Philippines this December. Do you think the company will still hire me considering my age? My present position is integrated management system head. Yes, I think so, especially for a senior position, right? What I think will struggle if you happen to be relatively older is if you're in your 40s and 50s, but you are applying for a junior position. And the reason for that is because if I was a recruiter, I will likely prefer a younger applicant because they got more energy. But number two, they likely are also going to be cheaper in terms of salary. They're not going to be asking for much. Because obviously, if you're 50 years old, may seniority ka na, may pamilya ka na, so you'll be negotiating for more. However, in your case, Norman, your past position is that you have been ahead, so a leadership position suits you as well. I don't think you will have that of a hard time. I will not put you into the category of possible but not improbable. I think you're both probable and possible to happen. Okay? Don't discount as well the possibility that it might give you the extra boost if you put your contacts in executive search firms. Meaning, you drop your resume to executive search firms and they'll be the one to promote you to other companies that may be looking for leadership positions. Kasi usually, sa mga high-level leadership positions, recruiters do not look for it on LinkedIn or JobStreet. They look for executive search firm kasi they want a tailor-fitted leadership position for this. Okay, JCO or JCO. Napaisip tuloy ako ng donut. I'm currently having a good compensation, sabi ni JCO, but I don't have growth. Shall I push working outside? Yes, if that is your goal. If you're still young and you want to get promoted at some point, you want to learn new things, you want proper mentorship from a really good mentor, go. However, kung ang habol mo naman ay pera and you don't have any issues with it, why not? Right? I need to remind people that even if I'm that motivational speaker who keeps on telling people that you have to aspire for greater heights, please remember that I am also not discounting the fact that if you are already contented in life and you're very happy with it, it's also fine. You do not need to struggle with the philosophy that you have to chase the world because life is random, right? Life is random. Life is random, meaning life is not required to have achievements. Ideally, it's nice to have because if we want to keep on progressing humanity, meaning we don't want to be extinct as a species in the next 100 years, then we need to keep on evolving. Better technologies, better healthcare, etc. And the only way to do that is for people to hustle. Okay? However, if you're contented with life, no judgment here. To each his or her own. How do we invite you for some talks for private setup? Yes, that's what we do for a living. So send us an email. Let me show you my email address. Yeah. This is my email address. Ay, wait. Mali yung aking hinawakan. That's my email address that you can send us your invitations. Okay? O, ayan. Patagalin ko ng konti. There you go. Enrico Boral. Ang sipag niyo, sir. Nasa Novotel kayo kanina. Okay. Can I just tell you, Enrico? I was supposed to take a flight, but I missed that flight. So I am just flying at 4 a.m. later. Why did I miss my flight? Because I had to do that talk. Ayoko na pag-usapan kasi naiinis talaga ako, nagagalit ako. Buti na lang talaga, the client is an airline company, and so it doesn't matter. So for me, I knew that I was going to, a part of me also wanted to fly the next day, not tonight. So okay lang sa akin yun. Pero naisang ko kasi nasira yung buong gabi because of it. Mario says, thank you for your talk to us yesterday from the YF family. Uy, sobra. So I did a talk, one-day workshop yesterday for all the sales folks of Wyatt. They're responsible for milk. So ProMil, S26 ako, batang S26 ako. Had an amazing time doing the workshop. So we talked about confidence building, how to talk to clients, how to talk to doctors. Thank you, YF, for everything. So the team of Dang, the team of Sarah, for example, thank you. I had an amazing time. Okay. Oh, this is my dog, by the way, si Tanjiro. And he wants to go out na. Enrico says, kaya frustrated. Oo, Enrico. Okay, Enrico, baka na-miss out mo yung story. Try to rewind this video. You will learn a really bad story about the organizers are so messed up. So disorganized. At tingin ko kasi parang, ang kapal naman ng mukha nyo na i-charge ang mga participants dito. And yet, you have been prolonging the time. You're wasting so many people's time. Sean is asking, okay, I like this question. Sean is asking on TikTok, is there such a thing as when your compensation is too high for your experience? And the answer is yes. Because either A, you were able to sell yourself way beyond your own capacity, or number two, olats lang talaga si recruiter. Meaning, the recruiter does not know how to properly gauge the competency of the applicant. I mean, it's good for you, pero syempre sometimes you're gonna feel guilty about it. Okay. Another question here from Mr. A on TikTok. What if masaya sa work, hindi masaya sa work pero mataas ang sahod? Identify your opportunities. If you have a family to feed or a house to build, edi konting tiis muna kasi mataas naman ang sahod eh. You do not derive your happiness from work. You derive your happiness from the money that you can use for other things in life that make you happy at work. Okay? I need to highlight this again. We need to destroy that mindset na kailangan mahal mo lagi ang trabaho mo. Ideally, you should. And I'm speaking from a place of privilege here because I do love my job. But not everyone is going to love their job. And you do not need to love your job. You just need to be able to get by. You just need to be able sometimes to get the job done, at least give the minimum that the company is asking for you, collect your money, because after you collect that and you apply it to your loved ones, to your travels, to your gadgets, and that is what makes you happy, then you're able to capture the essence of it, which is your definition of life. Okay? But of course, if you think that the sadness that you get from working in a shitty company is beyond the happiness you get from the money that you're getting, Eddie, that's when you consider something else. This is not a good company for you to be in. Meaning, no money is going to replace the mental health that will cost you because you hate in the company where you belong. Anne is also asking the same thing. Paano ako ma-invite as speaker? O ayan, this is my email address. See that? JonathanYabut at 𝗀𝗃𝗃𝐴sia.com. There you go. Okay. Nadine Rambas, I like this question again. Could you share the pros and cons for an employee who got into a C-suite position? A C-suite position is a high-level position like a chief technology officer or a chief marketing officer. At a very young age, I just think that there is nothing more to an employee in terms of career path in corporate. Well, lots of pros. That means you probably got this position because you're so damn good in what you do, which means you're ahead of your peers. The cons, however, is I think the maturity might not be there. So you may be smart and be good in what you do, but you're not good in making decisions that involve maturity and wisdom, which you only get over time because you've made more mistakes as you grow older, for example. Okay. That's one. I disagree that there is no more career path because even if you're a C-suite position holder at a young age, you can just keep on moving to a different company afterwards. Ayan, my dogs are calling me na. Do you have a career recommendation for change of career from being a teacher? I think you can be a trainer. I think teachers are also good in marketing and sales, because I think teachers are good in communication. So you know how to adjust the way you speak depending on who your audience is. So, yon, teachers very well suited for marketing, sales, customer service. How do you identify your passion? Pang Miss Universe ang mga tanong nyo. My definition of passion is this. If you ask me to do one thing that I will pursue to do, even if you don't pay me for it, I will still do it. That for me is passion. Without me having to ask payment for it, that for me is passion. Of course, at the end of the day, you still need to get paid. Huh? You still need to put food on the table. Ivy Rotor, what is the next level career for an administrative assistant? Same thing. I think sales, marketing, customer service is good. Kasi ang admin assistant, you're good in multitasking. You're good in anticipating people's needs. You're good in coordinating with different types of people. You have a good level of understanding the psychology of customers. That I think is a good next level for you. Are there cons for having a high salary early on compared to your experience? Sean, ikaw ba may issue nito? Kaya mo to tinatanong kasi ikaw yung mataas ang salary. I don't think there's any issue. If any, baka lang masilaw ka sa pera mo, and with higher salary comes with higher inflation of your lifestyle. Remember po hindi lang po pera ang nag inflate, it's also the lifestyle. Meaning, now that you have extra 20,000 pesos, nagbago na ang taste mo. Gusto mo, ito na yung binibili mong pagkain, ito na binibili mong damit. And so, even if you're earning more, your lifestyle keeps up, you don't end up saving more. So, ideally dapat, it's better na tumaas ang salary mo, pero yung lifestyle mo, tumaas pero konti lang. So that the bigger gap still leads to what? More savings. And ideally, kung pwede, more savings, use that as a capital so that the capital can be used for a business so that you can earn more if you happen to be entrepreneurial as well. Na? Kung hindi naman gustong maging entrepreneur, you use your savings to improve yourself. Now that I have a higher salary, I will be moving closer to the office because I can afford a more expensive apartment that is near the office. And because you are nearer the office, you now have more time to sleep. Therefore, you have more time for doing things at work. You have more energy and it becomes a cycle. Gumagaling ka sa trabaho mo kasi you have more sleep and you have more time. At dahil gumagaling ka sa trabaho mo, mapopromote ka ulit. At kapag na-promote ka ulit, tataas ulit ang sweldo mo. And then it becomes a cycle up until your lifestyle does not keep up anymore with the salary because it does not keep on inflating. You end up earning more money. Ideally, dapat ganon. Versus, tumaas ang sweldo, tumaas din ang lifestyle. Diba? Wala kayong masasave. So, it defeats the purpose. I mean, eventually, if you want to have your own family or if you want to, let's say, kunyari lang, ako for me, it would be ideal if you get to travel outside Asia because when I was able to travel for the first time to Europe, it totally changed my mindset about life. Things like those can permanently change you. And you cannot afford that kind of flight or trip if you're basing your expenses from your own salary na mababa pa. Okay, si JM Fernandez, kung kayo po ang papipiliin, mid-level salary, 4 days a week, and a nice boss, or look for a company that will give you a higher salary, a 5-day work week, and do not know the attitude of your future boss. JM, if you're still young and if money is important to you, I would go for any company with a higher salary for now. And then if I don't think it's good for me, that's when I will only reconsider a different company. But if you are financially stable and you think that you don't need that additional amount of money, a 4-day work week, kunwari, balak mo magkapamilya pa, or meron kang bagong anak, a 4-day work week I think is priceless. Plus, there is predictability because you said that you have a nice boss. Okay? So identify your priority. Are you attending DSAP's event? The direct sellers? No, because I have another event on the 17th, unfortunately. Oo nga, sabi ni Lila, swerte lang, got to travel to Europe, business trip. Yes, I so agree. I love business trips that are, that your company sends you to. When your company also sends you to a business trip, it's also a signal that they like your performance, because this is something that they don't just randomly give away to other people. They entrust that you will learn something from your trip. They also think that it's a retention driver, meaning you will be grateful to the company, therefore you'll be more loyal to the company. And I don't mind if that happens. Sabi ni Nicole, do you offer pro bono talks for government agencies? Why not? Just please don't give me a hard time. Because, okay, can I be candid again? A lot of you may have noticed this, and I think some of the younger folks are noticing this. Why is it that I don't do a lot of talks anymore with schools? And I think some people notice that because every time I publish my calendar of talks, none of them are from schools or universities. And my answer is simple. I have done it too many times in my career that every time I do a talk for a school, I get frustrated, unfortunately, because the organization is just really bad. The audio is just bad. The projector is not working. Lagi silang late. They will make me wait for 1 hour. Nadala lang talaga ako because I tell to myself, if I'm gonna speak and it's not setting me up for success, magaling ako magsalita pero walang microphone, walang clicker. These things are, and I understand, I totally get it. And I feel so bad when I say these things because the organizers sometimes are the students themselves. So I can only do so much because I cannot burden them to be as good as another corporate employee. But I can't also control that part. And sometimes I have to choose my battles. So what I do instead is, if there is a company that will sponsor the talk for the school, then I will do the talk. Why? Likely the organizers are efficient. But if it's the school, or in this case, a government agency, na ikaw na nga yung nag-talk ng libre, you went out of your way, and you will travel and traverse EDSA for 2 to 3 hours. Tapos ikaw pa yung perwisyo, madadala ka talaga, and you'll feel so bad. You'll feel you'll feel like trash. So there, that's the reason why. Joanna, is the seminar on the 18th available on Zoom? Unfortunately, it's a live session, so we do not record that either. However, if you'd like to catch us online, we do have online courses. So let me show that also. We have online courses. You can go to our website, johnyabut.com/online courses. Yeah. Okay. Siguro last question ko na 'to kasi mag-11:30 na guys, grabe napasarap ang usapan natin. Sabi ni JC Diones, "I am earning 22,000 as a billing and collection officer, handling 3 branches of a dental clinic and 1 accounting firm, owned by a couple, which is okay to do. Ask for a salary increase or look for another job?" Ask ka muna ng salary increase kasi baka naman mamaya ibigay sa'yo. Diba? Don't dismiss it. If I think the reason why you're asking this is because you think you can, you deserve more. So don't dismiss that the couple, whoever owns this company, will not give you a salary increase. Ask it. But when you ask it, don't say because kasi po may anak ako, nabuntis po asawa ko. Do not use personal reasons. Business owners will always hate it when you're giving personal reasons because it's unfair. It's not my responsibility to take good care of your family. So if you want to ask for a merit increase, a salary increase, explain because you deserve it. Because I am doing the job of two or three people. Because dumami na yung trabaho, lumaki na yung scope. If you look at my past contract, this wasn't what was agreed. But I am happy and amenable to continue doing the additional work. But also, I would love and I would appreciate if you properly compensate me for it. Okay? Gladiators in suits. I promise I will be online tomorrow because I do have time. Okay? Let's talk about something else. Please message me. Ayan, alam na ni Tanjiro. Alam na ng dog ko na tapos na ako. You're that smart. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Please message me what topic do you think we can talk about for tomorrow's career talk. Okay? Stay safe and please catch us on Spotify for our podcast, Jonathan Yabut from Grit to Great. You can also catch us on our website, johnyabut.com. And if you haven't yet gotten copies, we have our best-selling books available in National Bookstore. We are a bestseller in National Bookstore for 3 books and 3 years in a row. Please do catch us. And they're all available also in Lazada and Shopee. Thank you. Have a great day. See you guys tomorrow night.